Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? And how is everybody feeling? Hopefully, all is well. I know during the holidays it gets heavy for everyone. And it's not necessarily bad. It can be a bunch of good stuff, it can be a mixture. It's definitely a mixed bag for me. And I'm sure a lot of other people are experiencing this as well, especially when the weather is the way that it is, all gloomy and cold. I'm a sun baby, okay? The darker you are, the more sun you need. So take your supplements and try to go outside as much as you can so we can beat the cold blues, right? The fall and winter season. Okay, so anyways, that's not what this is all about. Today's podcast slash video is 5 things that have helped me thrive as a HSP or highly sensitive person with mild adult ADHD. For those who may not know, I do have my master's in psychology. I do have psych background and have worked with children to adults, um, mostly with those who are on the autism spectrum. However, I have since become a personal trainer and yoga instructor. I felt that it was more of my calling, and honestly, I do tie in a little bit of both. I do tie in a lot of my psych background work with being a coach, fitness instructor, yoga instructor, because they're both very important for me, professionally and personally. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video about that because I see so many other videos about just different things. And if I'm going to make any videos or podcasts, I want it to be uh, a resource for people, but also, every resource is not going to help everyone, right? But it might help someone, right? So these are the things that have helped me. And this is also coming from someone who I don't take any medication, not saying you shouldn't, because again, everyone's different. Do what works best for you, but maybe these things can help along with your journey, whether if you're taking medication or not. So, the number one thing is having a routine, being disciplined. Those who know me, including my clients, y'all know how disciplined I am. We talk about it all the time. We talk about it during sessions. Um, a lot of my post is based around health and wellness. But me being on a routine helps. Now, there are times where I have to change my routine, but my routine is always going to be around health and wellness. Not only is it a profession, but it's something that is a lifestyle. So there's times where I have to wake up earlier. There's times where I might have to do my workouts a little bit later, but I'm getting a workout in. I'm getting something in every day. I'm also going to do something, whether if it's yoga, meditation, a workout, before I even start my day. Honestly, it really helps me set the tone of the day. If I wake up too late, I feel like my day is just all chaotic and I can't do it. So instead of me, suffering those consequences, at least that's what it feels like for me. Nah. I'm going to be on my routine. I'm going to be no. And I'm going to be consistent. Now, the perks of doing that though, it brings me to number 2, downtime. Now, because I'm such a routine person, when I do decide to have downtime, I go all in with my downtime. My phone will be on D&D. I am not talking to anyone. And it's not anything personal. People have taken things personally in the past, and at the end of the day, I can't control that. My downtime is super important. And then there's times where I have to explain to people. I talk to people every day. I have to be on all the time. And most of the time, I can be animated, be super funny, be cool, be laid back, whatever. But I need my downtime. Otherwise, you can tell if I haven't had downtime. I will be moody. I will be overwhelmed. I'll be short-tempered. And because I know these things of myself, I make sure I have that downtime so I can recharge. If you're not allowing me to have that space to do that, then you're not a friend. Because I wouldn't do that to anyone else. Again, boundaries. And a lot of people forget that. The boundaries are really for you. So I know if I don't have the energy or the capacity to engage in certain things, I'm going to step back and I'm going to enjoy my downtime, and I'm going to still maybe do something a little productive during my downtime, rather if it be me reading or making lists. But in the background, there's going to be some music involved. There's going to be some type of mixture in there. But I say all that to say, I don't want any other distractions. So, because when I really want to go into my downtime, I like my phone be off most of the time. To be honest with you, it's it might be vibrate and stuff like that, but I don't want to be on high alert all the time. As someone who is already hyperactive at times, I don't want to be on more alerts. Alert. I can't do that. I can't. Now, it might work for some people. If it works for you, great. These are the things that have helped me, right? Okay. Number 3, fasting and eating healthy. If my diet isn't the best, because I have my moments where I may indulge a little bit in sweets and carbs, but I notice my ADHD symptoms, and I'm going like this because everyone has labels to them, right? But side note, we might feel a certain way about labels, right? But to put it briefly, labels can be beneficial just to simply explain, right? Okay, you got it. Good. Okay, so anyways, what I feel helps me the most is when I have a clean diet and I'm being consistent with workouts and getting cardio in. Especially if I'm feeling like bluesy and stuff, like with how the weather is and I can't go outside as much and stuff like that. I really need that release cardio. And of course, eating healthy, fasting. Because a lot of us don't realize when you're consuming all these things, you're creating inflammation that's being stored in your body. Your body needs a break. Your belly needs a break to digest. Your body needs a break. And you need to sweat it out. You get that cardio in there. Okay, so that's what helps. Sometimes we're not moving enough. So you have all this stored. So let's rewind, because fitness is not just about the physical part. Sometimes we forget about that. The energy that we store in our bodies, we need to release it sometimes. You need to release all that energy. There can be stagnant energy that's moving slowly. Get it out sometimes. There are times where I may have a little bit more energy more than usual, but I'm gonna be productive with that energy. I'm gonna put that energy into some use. So it's just finding that balance, right? Finding that balance and using it to your advantage. All right, that was number 3, is fasting / eating healthy. Number four. Making lists, prioritizing, organizing. Now, I'm a Virgo, so a lot of people are not shocked by that because I find joy in being organized. If my place and stuff is unorganized, it's unorganized up here too. I cannot be in clutter at all. And there are some messy Virgos. Don't get me wrong. I can be a messy Virgo at times, but it's like an organized mess. Like there's stuff that is over there, but they go together, if that makes any sense. But yeah, but making lists and prioritizing stuff, just like how I did here, it helps me stay on track. And then, and you know, some people do this on their phone. For me, I like getting the pen and being like, cross that out. I have a calendar crisscross throughout the days. I like that. It makes me feel like not because I just accomplished something, but I'm going down the list, and then seeing it from here going down to here. I don't know, it's a good feeling in my mind. It is. All right, 5. You guessed it, naps. Those who know me know I am a nap person. I get made fun of. You know, even my clients make fun of me about it, but I am a nap person. I have to recharge. It's kind, you know, in a way that is kind of a part of the downtime, because I don't know, even in high school, I would take naps, and I was busy with school. Then you have your dance practice, take a nap, then you go to work. When I used to work at the skating rink, so all the time, something was going on. But I took advantage of those naps, even if it was a small 30-minute nap. But the naps really help. I find that with those with mild ADHD and you know, that's a spectrum too. So again, my tips and what works for me may not work for someone who may be more on the severe side. So it just depends. It depends because everyone's different. For instance, there's some people who may not be able to sit down and do a list because they might prefer to do it on their phone, or some people can't take naps because they're too, maybe their mind is overactive or reactive. So, you know, everyone's different. But me having, you know, these 5 top things, and then having, like, of course, like the nap, I'm telling you, it makes a difference. And sometimes I'll tie in the nap after I've done like a yoga practice, and it really allows me to recharge but also reset. So, and I'm sure you've seen that on some of my posts. I'll say reset, recharge, refocus, because we need to do that. A lot of us are go, 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 without any type of downtime. Your downtime might be right when you get home and go to bed before the next day. Try to find some downtime in between time. You finished the lyrics. You did. I heard it. I heard it over here. Anyway, I really hope that maybe this inspires someone, even if, like I said, these 5 things, it may not be for you, but maybe it will allow you to think of what does help you and what are those things that you need to do more of. All right. Enjoy your day, whichever day you're watching this on. And thank you for tuning in to Mojo Mondays. Bye.